Hi, this is Miss Renee. I had so much fun doing my last seafood boil that I decided to do another one. It's 2 o'clock, so I got time because I got a lot to talk about. And, I don't really want to talk about anything in particular, but I want to talk about everything. It's a lot going on with me right now, and I am really stressed out. So what do I love to do when I'm stressed out? Eat. But that's one of the things that I want to talk about. Eating, stress eating. Before we get started, I wanted to say I'm having a seafood boil. And instead of me having the king crab this time, I decided to go out and purchase the big colossal shrimp that I spoke about last time. And I just went to the local fresh fish market and got these. We're doing the sausages. I think they're smoked sausages, corn. This time I got some mussels and of course the baby potatoes, and I fried some oysters. They're like deep fried oysters. They're Pacific oysters. I also got them from the fresh fish market. I got my Bloves sauce here, and I got the eggs already in the sauce. All right, so let's get to it. I'm feeling some kind of way. The last week or so, and I can't talk about everything, but a lot of things have transpired in my life that just makes you want to rethink all the decisions that you made. I'm going to soak some of these shrimp in my sauce because I want them to get drenched over in there. Some things that happen in your life. Wait a minute. Before we get started, let me pray. Lord, thank you for this food that I'm about to receive for the nourishment of my body. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Because last time I got started without praying, and that's not good. Too anxious. So, a lot of things have been happening in my life. And I just don't know what to do with all the emotions that I'm feeling. And I guess that's why I decided to come on here. Because last time I talked to y'all, it was very therapeutic. One thing I realized about black folks is we only get therapy to keep us out of jail or keep us off paper. And I'm not talking about everybody, because I hate people who talk in general about everybody. But for the most part, we don't get the help that we need. What do? We go to drinking. We go to drugs. Sex. Because we want love. And acceptance. One of the biggest things that I had to accept this week was your expectations of people. I don't know if you all watch Bloves and Eat with Q on YouTube, but they are two bloggers that got into it. YouTube. It was mostly about her expectations of what she thought of what Q thought meeting Bloves would be like. She was saying that she thought that she would be like this and be like that, and from her phone calls and everything like that, she just thought that she would be a different kind of person when she met her. Have you ever talked to a significant other, well, somebody you hooked up with, on texting, on the phone, and y'all might have texted each other for 2 or 3 weeks or something like that, and then when y'all finally met, it was still awkward? That's because no matter what, meeting somebody face to face for the first time is still awkward. I don't care how much y'all talk on the phone, how much y'all text, how much y'all laughed, how much y'all did this and that. It's still awkward. But the point that I'm trying to make is that they got into it because of Q's expectations. We all have expectations. But I think we should have expectations up to a certain point. When you have expectations to the point where you're trying to change somebody else, or you want somebody to be somebody that they are not, you letting yourself down. How many of y'all have gotten married to a person who had potential, but when you got married, the potential that you saw was not reached? It's there. But some people just have potential. Some people never reach their potential. And some people just take longer periods of time to reach their potential. And with love, care, and nurturing, you possibly can help that person along. Or maybe just leaving them alone and letting them be who they are will help them go faster. Because us trying to push people and make people to be who we want them to be, it backfires. We should spend more time on ourselves. If we spend more time on what's wrong with us and leave other people alone, we might get something accomplished. Let people be who they are. And not only that, don't have an attitude with them because they're not where you are in life. Or I really don't even like to put it that way, because everybody has their strengths and everybody has their weaknesses. So let's just put it like this. everybody don't have the same strengths that you have. And you can't be mad at people for it. We have the tendency to want to be mad at people for it, but you can't be mad at people for that. And that's something that I'm praying about right now. I actually thought about it. Because it's something that I got angry about this week. And when I thought about it, I was like, stop trying to control people. Stop trying to make people out to be who you want them to be, because it's adding more stress on you. Not only will you let people be who they are, you won't be mad about it either. And that took some prayer. I need to spend more time working on myself. Now, having said that, it is June. And I touched on it in my last video that I was supposed to lose 100 pounds this year. I think I gained weight. I lost about 18 pounds, but gained it back. I'm a hairstylist, so I stand on my feet all day long. So when I get off work, I don't feel like exercising. I'm tired. I just want to lay down. And I'm a researcher. All I do is sit at the computer. I research. I write. I plan. If I showed you all the papers I had, you would be like, girl, you would think that I'm supposed to be like a PhD student at Harvard if you saw all the notebooks and pads that I have with just dreams and things that I want to do and things that I want to accomplish and how I'm going to accomplish them and what kind of shop I want and what kind of building and how am I going to do it and all of these kind of things. But I said to myself this year, I'm done writing. I think I done wrote down everything I need to write down. I don't need to write down nothing else. This year needs to be about doing. That's it. And so, that's what I want to do. I want to just do some stuff. I want to live outside of my comfort zone, and I think I have been doing that. I started, me and my husband and my family, we started a small events group called Good Clean Fun. And it's because I got bored. I'm sitting in the house. I'm always working. I'm never doing anything. But there's usually not events that I really want to go to because I don't really like the drinking, smoking, getting high, popping pills. I don't like that type of atmosphere anymore. And the reason why I said anymore is because that used to be me. I've grown out of it. I'm not judging nobody who still do it, but I personally have grown out of it. And I want to be involved in outings where it's just good, clean fun. Where, you know, you can bring the whole family because we have kids. And I also want to have events to where it's just the couples, just the adults. I plan on doing adult events, couples events. Because I want to have fun, but I don't want to do all that other stuff. I just want to go out, have fun, and bring it on back in. But it's not many events like that. Most events are geared towards drinking, smoking events, especially since they legalized marijuana. It's a lot of smoking events. And it's just not what I do. So we started the company to have something to do. And I recently had to cancel an event. I was supposed to be doing Father's Day, and the ticket sales were down, so I had to cancel the event, and I'm feeling some kind of way about that, because when I really want this business to be successful, and I have started to just get into my spirit and get into my heart that I was not going to be a quitter. I am not going to be investing my money in stuff that I'm going to quit on. So next month we got the crab boil coming up. So we're going to try again with the crab boil. You know, as an entrepreneur, sometimes you could just feel defeated. You try, and 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 you try again, and you try again, and you try for years, and you try for years to make it. Some things do good, some things don't. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, you know, and it can be very tiring, you know. It can be very tiring whether you work for a company or, you know, either way it goes. Life gets hard, and the problem that I'm having right now is, what do you do with your emotions when times get hard like this? Some days I wake up, I want to quit, but I know I can't quit. Some days I'm good. You know, hey, let's go. We doing it. Let's make a day of it, you know. It's so up and down, you know. I'm doing a lot of things. I'm moving my life forward. But then we all know when you take one step forward, something kicks you 2 steps back. But one thing I've learned is that you can't keep doing the same things over and over again. Back in the day, it was standard practice that when something got hard or we had a bad day, we would go get a bottle of something, roll up some weed, and we would just say, forget it. Whatever was wrong, forget it. We'll play some cards. And we'll act like, oh well, the light bill due, I ain't got the money, so might as well smoke some weed, get high, and not think about it. But I don't know how many years I did that and it didn't work. My bills piled up and my credit got worse. Because I'm just going to sit around and get high, act like my bills don't exist. In case y'all was wondering, this is Bloves sauce. Butter, onions, garlic, green peppers, red peppers. That's the stuff you see sitting at the bottom right there. Like vegetables. And different kinds of seafood seasonings and all kinds of stuff in here. It makes the seafood taste a lot better. I also added some sriracha this time. Doing little different things to see how it tastes. But anyway, back to the weight loss. Just another thing that's got me stressed out is how am I going to lose weight? You know, a lot of people sit on the outside looking in and say, what do you mean? Just get up and exercise. Just take the diet pills. Just quit eating so much. Okay. For those of you that smoke weed, just stop smoking. For those of you that smoke cigarettes, just quit. For those of you who have porn addictions, sexual addictions, just stop. When you create a habit or a way of coping with life, you have to find another way to cope before you can quit. Because if you don't find a way to cope with life, it'll drive you crazy. I was talking to a lady in the shop the other day, and she told me that the cigarettes in her purse were the reason why some people were still living. Meaning, she would rather smoke than kill somebody. And I know that that sounds crazy, but it's true in a lot of people's life. We do what we have to do to keep ourselves sane. Because, why? Well, for one reason, like I said in the beginning of the video, we don't get help. We don't get the proper help that we need. And therefore, we suffer in silence. We definitely don't like to tell our girlfriends or our friends about nothing that's going on in our life because we have to maintain this, oh, my life is so perfect. there's nothing wrong with me. Oh, my marriage is just wonderful. My kids are great. Everything is just wonderful. I couldn't possibly go to you and tell you that it's something wrong with me, or have a conversation with you about what's going on in my life, because it makes me look weak, or it makes me look not as smart as you thought I was. Or maybe you just do have friends who run off at the mouth and you don't want to tell them nothing because you need new friends. You need friends that are going to pray for you and support you, rather than talk about you and bring things up and throw them in your face later on in life. The shrimp are cooked perfect. I made sure not to overcook them because they get real tough. Water. So yeah, we suffer in silence, which is something that I'm doing right now. I'm talking to y'all about it because it's therapeutic, but nobody's in the room, so it really feels like I'm not talking to anybody. What do you do? What do you do when you've done all you can? When we won't reach out to people for support. When you don't do the things that you used to do. I'm not going to roll a blunt. I'm not going to go buy a bottle. But I'm pent up. I got all these frustrations. And I don't know what to do with the anger, with the anxiety. And it's not good, because I think that when you have anger and anxiety like this, I think that you end up taking it out on the closest person to you. That's what always happens. Or either, if not the closest person to you, you just start being snappy, and it becomes obvious that something is wrong with you after a while. Because you just be tripping. You know, that's why you gotta find some type of outlet to get rid of this frustration and stuff, because you don't want it to get to the point where you tripping out on everybody. Losing the weight. Losing 100 pounds. I started a diet on Monday. By Tuesday, it's over. Either I forget I'm on a diet, or something is stressing me to the point where I can't think about being on a diet right now. I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to make this phone call, I have to go to this meeting, I have to do hair, I have to make a wig, I have to do follow-up phone calls, I have to go out and do this and that, take care of the kids, cook, clean, husband, everything. It's like Listen, I cook fried chicken and mashed potatoes and gravy and green beans for the kids for dinner. I'm not about to cook me nothing separate. I'm too tired. I don't want to make a separate salad for me. And so I'm going to just eat some of these wings with the kids, the mashed potatoes, and I'm going to bed because I'm tired. You know, and it's just so much involved with losing weight, you know, with the meal planning, the diet pills, the shakes, the preparing, the, you know, the exercising. You know, I've been paying gym memberships for probably about 5 years that I never show up to. You know, just things like that is just starting to irritate me and get on my nerves about me. That's why I'm saying that I need to spend more time trying to figure out what I'm going to do with me rather than always judging and looking at somebody else and counting their sins, because I don't have room to count anybody else's sins. You know, I'm too busy trying to figure out what's going on in my life. Another thing that's bothering me is, you know, I just figured out one of my close friends from childhood died yesterday. And, you know, her and I had not been talking that much because we fell out over something just dumb, you know, when I was younger. And we never really got it back together. You know, we did, but we didn't, you know. And I never really understood why. But now I feel bad because she's gone. Let's try one of these. I'm really kind of full already, but we gotta try them because we made them. So first I'm gonna try plain. And no, I shouldn't be eating nothing fried. I was cool with all of this up until this. But I don't think I could eat oysters any other kind of way. I really don't. If they not like this, I still really don't like them plain like this. That's why I'm dipping them in that sauce, because I don't know, they're just not really so good without something on them. It tastes oysterish. Let's see what they taste like with the sauce. Kind of like fishy. Like a fish. So much better with the sauce. Telling y'all, this sauce right here, it makes everything better. And of course, we're gonna have Be Love sauce at the crab boil in July. So don't miss it. I feel like my time, I don't know if we was gonna ever get it back together, me and her. But right now, in my spirit, I feel bad. I feel bad because I'm thinking to myself, we think we got forever and we really don't. We don't. Another thing that I feel guilty for today, especially after receiving that phone call, is, you know what? No matter what you're going through, you still here. You still have a chance to change it, change your mind, redo your life. Every day that God wake you up in the morning, he give you another chance. So in the midst of me feeling let down, upset, anxiety, after I got that phone call, I thought to myself, she gone. She don't have a chance to make another decision. She don't have a chance to do it another way. She don't have a chance to make amends, ask for forgiveness, and do things different if she wanted to. I'm not saying that she did, but what I'm really trying to say is I felt bad for feeling bad. Like, here you are, sulking, crying, upset about your business, upset that your event didn't go off the way you wanted it to, upset that your life has not worked out to this point the way you thought it was, upset about some people in your life not meeting your expectations. You're upset about all of this stuff, but guess what? She's not upset because she's not here. You still here. Which one, you know, it could be that way. You know, God can look at you and say, oh, you mad, you tired of being here, you tired of going through it. Or do you want to make decisions that will change your life? Or do you want losing weight to become a priority? Do you want your next event to be better? Then you need to figure out what happened with your last event and stop whining, crying, and complaining and start thinking and figuring these things out. Everything is not going to always be easy. Matter of fact, nothing that's worth having is going to be easy. The difference between people who win and people who lose. No, I'm not going to say that. The difference between people who succeed, successful people, and people who are not successful is that they gave up. Successful people go through all of the problems that we go through. They just didn't quit. You only become successful from pushing through the pain. I always think back to childbirth. And I know that men, you can't really, attest to this. And neither can I, because I had a C-section. But we're going to use it as an analogy anyway. When you get pregnant, it's in your stomach. You feel stuff happening. You feel your stomach move. You have different things go, different things go with your body or whatever. But as it get up to the time for you to have the baby, your stomach gets tight. You can't sleep at night. It's just so uncomfortable to be pregnant. You hot, you big, You know, you uncomfortable most of the time. You got gas, you nauseous, you know, and then comes up to the last 2 weeks to have the baby. You tired of being pregnant. You just want to have this baby. Just, you know, it's just like a build up of anxiety and being overwhelmed. And then the day comes to have the baby and you're in it so much pain. I mean, the pain, the every 2 minutes, every 5 minutes, every 6 minutes, the pain is coming back, it's coming back, it's coming back. So what would happen at that point if you gave up? Would the baby come out? Would the baby, how can the baby be born if the mom doesn't help? If the mom doesn't push through and the pain, I'm talking about the baby split you open. Some people need 3, 4, 5 stitches that have been split open. Can you imagine your flesh tearing and you pushing a 8, something that weighs 7, 8 pounds through your flesh? That's how it is with overcoming. That's how it is with pushing through in your life. It hurts. It's overwhelming. It's tearing your flesh. It is stretching you in every way imaginable to do better, to do more, to try harder, to read more, to learn more. And you think to yourself, how much more, how much more, how much more, how much more, how much more? I can't take no more. How much more, how much more, how much more? With everything that's going on all around you, your bills, your mate, your children, your job, and your addictions, your habits, your personality, your character. It takes time to rebuild, refocus, and then get on the right track. And then once you get on the right track, then you have to stay on the right track, because everything that got you on the right track trying to pull you back off of the track. And so therefore, you have to stay focused. So this was very therapeutic for me. And even though I always know the right thing to do, it just seemed like you want to do the wrong thing. I'm just going to tell you and be totally honest with you right now. I wouldn't mind rolling up some weed, smoking it, and being totally carefree and just in effort mode right now. Because I'm feeling defeated and I don't know what to do with my emotions. I would like to go out and get a bag of weed, something to drink, go party with my friends, and act like my event didn't just fail, or whatever else is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just not worry about it. Let's just go out and just not care about anything and just really mess up our life. Unfortunately, I did that for about 20 years and it didn't get me anywhere. Deeper in debt, worse habits, cigarette habits, weed habit, drink habit, not paying my bills, not, you know, building my credit. And here I am, 47 years old, feeling like I'm starting over because I jacked up the last 20 years of my life doing exactly what I just said. So now here I go. Do you still continue to do that? Or do you realize that that didn't work? But now that I realize that that didn't work, what do I do now? If I'm not about to go roll up no weed, if I'm not about to drink, if I'm not about to go and just have fun and be at the bar and be at my friend's house and just totally say, forget it, then what am I going to do? That's what I need to figure out. Because you know what? I get tired of thinking. I get tired of sitting here reading and all of this stuff. I need an outlet. I need to have some fun. I need to do something to get rid of all of this energy. And I know y'all saying, you go exercise. Okay. Maybe I would want to go dance, but not necessarily exercise, because exercise to me is like work. You know, okay, do it. This is what you do. Do your reps, do your this, do your that, do your hour on the treadmill. It seems too military and routine. I'm not saying I don't want to get around and get up and move around, but I probably just want to dance and have fun. You know, I don't want it to be nothing structured or, you know, not in particular, not saying that that's not what I need to do, because I will and I do plan to do that exercise and everything. But what I'm saying right now is I need another outlet, and I don't know what to do with my feelings, and I don't know what to do with everything that I'm feeling right now. But I'm going to keep you updated. Please like and subscribe to my channel, because I am going to be sharing some different recipes. I'm going to be at the gym. I'm going to be sitting here with more mukbangs, or just coming to you live to talk to you about different little things that's going on in my life, how my life is evolving, how my life is changing. I just want to grow with you, and hopefully I'll help somebody that's watching me and help you grow, and we can grow together. Leave me a comment on how you feel about this video, how you feeling right now, how you cope with your anxiety and your emotions. And I need positive stuff, please. Share this with your friends. Tell them about this. This channel is really about being real and growing for real. You know, nothing fake. You know, even though I leave, you know, even though we all want to make money, but I choose to make money uplifting people, making people feel better, helping people transition through problems and things that's going on with their life, having fun doing it, meeting people, connecting with people, building business. That's what's in my heart. That's what I love to do. I love the Lord. I love God. I'm trying to let him order my footsteps and lead my way as I take some people by the hand and bring them with me. I just thank you so much for sitting down with me and eating and watching me on my channel today. I know I was random and just talking about this and that, but it made me feel good to talk to you today. So thank you for being here with me. I love you, and I'll see you next time.